Hi, this is a video about the sales of Glory ship play mats. This is a standard mat with nothing in it yet. Normally you'd have a ship control card here, and the ship information card here, and regular your movement cards here. Let's get out those ship movement cards and such and show them to you. Okay, so as you can see here, it's just really thin cardstock. Well, not really thin, but it's cardstock, not very thick, and it doesn't sit totally flat. And the way the game works is you take the ship control section and you stick it in here. Um, and then you take the ship card. That's the information on the ship. Let's move this up a bit. And then we take two maneuver cards for the maneuver my ship's going to do. And then what you do is you lay tokens on these as your ship takes damage and loses crew, and then you have your cannon and all your everything you need to run the ship is here. But you can see that everything moves about, and cards slip under, and it would be easy to move the tokens about. And I really didn't like this idea, and so what I did is I decided I was going to mount these on something. And I thought about mounting these on plywood and such, and so I did some measuring, and we measured this way, and we got oops. Okay, so we got 10 and 5/8, and then we've got 6 and an 8 this way. But any surface I had, I'd want to go all the way down to the bottom of the card. So I measured the whole thing, and it came out to be 8 and 5/8. So then I went to the local hobby store, and I thought about, okay, I want to put this on, plywood, hobby style plywood. And I looked at it, and hobby style plywood, the thin hobby style plywood is actually going to be quite expensive. The smaller sheets are like start at $10, and they go all the way up to around $28. And for just wanting to mount on this, it's really not a very good idea. And then so I went to look at sheet plastic, and then the sheet plastic they had at the hobby shop only would cover this area, wouldn't cover down below the cards. And the guy at the hobby shop said, "Why don't I look at foam core board? Pretty good idea. I've used it a lot before." And so I bought some, and then I decided to try it out, and I made one, and then so here is a piece of foam core board that's cut for 10 and 5/8 by 8 and 5/8. And then you see, if I take let me get rid of the cards and such. And we stick this on here. You can see that I have the area that I really want to cover. It's got lots of room. And then, if I stick a maneuver card down there, it's going to be fine. And that's just, it won't, once I attach this to the foam core board. Then next question is, how am I going to attach it? And I thought about rubber cement and all that, and I finally decided, you know what? I think good old-fashioned double-sided tape will do it for me. And so I went out. I had some old double-sided tape, and it was quite old, and I decided I better get some new. And I found out it was pretty cheap. It was only $3 for a brand new roll, and we just take a bit of it. And now this is the thinner width double-sided tape, and it is wider than the base is, so I had to cut it in half, which is fine because I have to use it on the other half too. And it's a, so I cut it in half. Oops, a little bit short there. Take the first piece and put it on the, put it down on the back of the mat. And, you know, it's a, you don't have to be really precise on this because it fits fairly well. This one I cut a little bit too wide, so I have to do a little trimming on it. Put it down there. There's a little gap in the center here, but that's no big deal. Same thing with the sides. Yeah. Cut it in half. Oops, I did it again, a little bit too wide. But that's not a big deal again. We'll just put it down here. And we'll just throw this piece out. One more time. Yeah, the first one of these I didn't cut them too wide at all. They all came out real nice. Guess I'm just not as adept with scissors as I used to be. So let's do this side. And then let's do this side. Okay. Then we just want to do some big long pieces across the center here. Okay, I already have some on here, so now I need to put some on here. I want a good solid stick. Okay, so now what I want to do is go all the way down the tab because I want the bottom to stick. You know, I want it all the way down here. Now let's get the other half of that. And we'll cut a little bit off on it. And stick it right in this area. And then we'll take the remaining piece and stick it over in this area. Again, you don't need to be terribly precise with this. You just need to, because the stuff doesn't matter if it overlaps too much. Now, I still haven't done this one little corner down here. And let's get that. Now, get my piece of foam cord board, and you decide which side you want to use. Now, because of the angle I had on the X-Acto knife, it's got a little angles on the sides, so I want this to be my top. So you just line it up. Fortunately, it's not like permanent. If you don't get it right, you can always pull it up as long as you haven't pushed too hard on it. So, sorry about the extra noise. That's my dogs in the background. Okay, so I get it lined up. Push it down, and then just press down hard. And, you know, you can always just turn it over and put all the weight on it. Okay, now we go back to it and put it in the view and take our card. As you can see now that it's flat, there isn't any ridges. Your pieces should stay on there much better. Same thing with your cards. So we got our ship card here. Let's put it over here. And then we got our 2 maneuver cards. And you see they don't stick under. So, you know, it's easy to pull them out. And this is what I wanted to end up with. You could paint the area. A friend of mine suggested that I might want to put the Sails of Glory logo on the back. I might. It depends. It took, what, not terribly long, maybe 15 minutes to do this one. Pretty happy with the way it turned out. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it helps you with your game. I know it will mine. Have a great day.